How do you detect market regimes? There is a trader in our members area that has a great strategy that does well in 3 of the 5 years he back tested it on and was asking, hey, should I try to run this bot right now? Well, if it only works on 3 out of 5, I said, okay, figure out the regime then. The regime, like what type of market? Are we in a choppy market? Are we in a trending market? Are we in a downwarding market? When those 3 years, 3 out of 5 years were doing well on the back test, what regimes were we in then? And what regime are we in now? Because if it worked 3 out of 5 years, okay, it's better if it works all 5 years. Of course, of course, of course. Keep looking until you find something that works for all 5 years. That's the obvious answer, right? But the question was, should I run it now, even though it worked only in 3 of the years? And the answer to me is, if the regime matches those 3 years, okay, maybe. But how do you even detect regimes? Well, Jim Simons used hidden Markov models. We've explored hidden Markov models probably for we did a couple weeks of streams on it. So maybe in the catalog here, videos, you'll be able to find it. But YouTube smoked me at the same time. So anyways, let's dive first into hidden Markov models and explore what they do and how they can detect the regimes. And to answer Homeboy's question, what were the regimes the 3 years it was working, and what are the regimes now? Either way, I would still, if I did run that bot, I would run it with tiny size. I would use $10 size just to make sure that it's working in the future. That's an easy answer, but that's going to take some time, right? So let's figure out what the regimes were in the past, what the regimes were now. My first instinct is to look at hidden Markov models because that's what Jim Simons did, and I'm just following the GOAT. So I asked AI here to dive a little bit deeper into HMMs and then give me a couple other ideas. So let's just go over it and see what we can come up with. So hidden Markov models for regime detection. HMMs assume the market switches between hidden states or regimes that generate observable price patterns. You don't see the regime directly, you infer it from price action. The model learns transition probabilities between states, e.g., 80% chance trending regime stays trending, 20% chance it switches to choppy. For trading, you typically fit 2 to 4 hidden states to return/volatility data. And the model tells you which regime you're currently in based on recent behavior. The beauty is it captures regime persistence and transition dynamics automatically from historical data. So that's pretty dope. Here's 3 other good regime calculators, I guess. And let me know if you want me to dive to crack that HMM back open, hidden Markov models, because we do have a great base there. And I'm kind of itching. I'm kind of itching to get back into HMMs. So let me know. 3 other great regime detection methods. Volatility regime detection, simple and effective. The idea, markets alternate between low vol and high vol regimes. Many strategies work in one fit but fail in the other. Okay, so that's a good idea. Check out to see the volatility, and you can implement it in pandas, numpy. Okay, direct volatility regime, detect vol regime using rolling volatility. So you can see returns.rolling to make the rolling volatility, and then long-term volatility returns for 252, MP square root 252. The Z, okay, so we're getting the Z score of the volatility. That makes sense. And then we can see if it's going to be high volatility, low volatility, or medium volatility. For your teammate's problem, calculate daily volatility for each year. Label his 3 winning years. Were they low vol or high vol? Check current volatility regime. If his wins were all in low vol and we're currently in high vol, do not run it. That's a great tip right there. Easy to do. You can see the code snippet on the screen. So if his wins were all in low vol and we're currently in high vol, don't run it. That's an easy one, right? And then trend slash chop detection, ADX based. So ADX is an indicator you can use based off of probably Pandas TA, they have it, or TA lib. The idea, markets are either trending or choppy. Breakout strategies work in trends, mean reversions strategies work in chop. So here's how to detect the regime using the ADX period. So we'll just use a Pandas DF here, and we'll pass in the ADX of 14 and 25. Use ADX to detect trending versus choppy regime. ADX over 25 equals a trending range. ADX under 20 equals choppy / ranging. Okay, so that's another pretty simple way to do this. Let's see here. For your teammate's problem, run ADX on each of the 5 years. Calculate percentage of time in trending versus choppy for each year. Example, results might be 3 winning rule years are 70% choppy or trending and 30% choppy. 2 losing years, 30% trending and 70% choppy. Current market check. If we're 65% trending, run it. Correlation regime detection, market structure. So the idea here for this third idea, so I'm just trying to give you a couple ideas here that you can kind of play around with. Again, this is kind of a confidence game. At the end of the day, I don't know everything. I'm just testing with you. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please pause the video here now and understand all that. Thank you very, very much. The idea, bull markets equal low correlation. Stock picking works. Bear markets / crisis equals high correlation. Diversification fails. So this would be correlation regime detection. See how to implement. Detect correlation regime, pass in the symbols and look back of 60. Measure average correlation between assets. Low correlation equals bull regime. High correlation equals crisis regime. Risk off. Interesting. This is an interesting. Okay, so you just use pandas again. You get the correlations, the rolling correlations, the average amount, and then we detect if it's a crisis regime, a bull regime, or a normal regime. For your teammate's problem, get the SPY, calculate average correlation. Winning 3 years, are they high correlation or low correlation? Does it match to now? Practical solution for your teammate. Okay, so here's a practical solution. So analyze regime performance here, backtest analysis script. Okay, so looks like you can work with AI and those 3 ideas. Calculate regime indicators. So we're looking at ADX. We're looking at vol. We're doing all 3 actually, or 2 at least. Strategy works in low vol plus trending regimes in this example. So the pattern identified, wins equals low vol plus high ADX plus trending. So current regime check. Check if the current regime matches winning regime. Build a regime filter. So here's the TLDR, dude. Analyze the 5 years, calculate volatility, ADX correlation for each year. If you try all 3 of those, you're going to have more insights than somebody who tries 0 of them, right? So I can't tell you whether to run something or not. I'm not a financial advisor and I don't know the answers, don't know your strategy, don't know the past results, don't know the future, don't know anything really. But I can give you these tools. So find what was different about the 3 winners versus 2 losers. Define winning regime. Is it low vol plus trending plus low correlation, or is it something else? Check current market. If current regime matches historical winners, then run it. If it matches losers, then wait. My bet. That's his bet. AI's bet. His strategy probably worked in low vol trending markets and failed in high vol choppy markets. If we're currently in low vol plus trending, send it. Send it, dude. Send it. Send it, bro. She said it. She said it. So the question is, should you send it or should you not send it? She said send it if it matches up to the regime. So I would just break them down year by year, run some of these tests here. It looks like you don't even have to get into hidden Markov models, HMMs. You don't want to. I know that's a little more work, but these 3 options actually look pretty easy to implement. And I might go ahead and do some of this myself. So volatility regime detection. Okay, this is what I want to do. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do a test script here. And I want you to build all three of those functions to detect regime and then get as much data as you possibly can from Binance. You might have to loop through it to get 1 day data for as many. Actually, no, you don't even have to get that. I'll just send you this data here. Here's a data path of a ton of data. And I want you to build this script out that tests all three of your ideas. And then clearly, when I run it, clearly states the regime for each year. This should be about 10 years of BTC data. And I'm just very interested in the script you're about to make and the output it's going to have. Okay, so this is going to be cool. So let's go ahead and make this a little bigger here. And let's go ahead and get back into the trading bots here because I need to find a data set. Polymarket trading bots. Okay, let's close this one for now. Okay, Moondev trading bots here. I have a bunch of data. I'm a data dog, you know that. Coinbase, okay. Let's get as much data as possible. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, bro. ETH, okay, that should be fine. ETH 1,000 weeks, that's a lot. Okay, once you're done, run the scripts and print out the stats of the regimes and the synopsis essentially. The synopsis essentially, bro. So let's get it, dude. That's a great question, man. Great question. So how do you identify regimes? I went to advanced mode saying HMMs, but I think there's an in-between clearly. So she's marinating here. So I'll let her marinate and we'll see what she comes up with here. I think this should be very, very enlightening. And I'll make sure to scroll through all the code so you can see it at the end. Yes, let's build this regime detector. I wonder where she's building it at. Let's go ahead and see if we can find it. Regime detector. It's not in here. Oh, baby girl, where'd you put it? Regime detector. Should probably put it in the main file, huh? Regime analyzer. Beautiful. Wow, I need to clean this up, don't I? Let's delete all of those. Delete. Okay. These are from backtests that they create. Just every time it creates a backtest, we get this silly file. Not a fan, not a fan, but it's okay. I just have to delete it every once in a while. And I could probably fix it. Okay, look at this, dude. It's already done. Let's read what she said. Let's read what she said here. Boom. Here's the breakdown, Moondev. Key insights from the regime analysis. Winning years, bull markets, 2017, 2020, 2021. Winning patterns, strong uptrends, average 46% of the time. So you actually know what regimes there are based off of this video. You can go run the script as well and test it out yourself. Winning pattern, strong uptrends. Okay, so losing years are 2018, 2022, and 2025 so far. Brutal bear, 81% drawdown. Downtrend, negative 46, 81% downtrend. So ETH, this is Ethereum, is down 46%. Losing pattern, heavy downtrends, average 66% of the time downtrend. So this is a downtrending regime. It seems like current regime last 30 days. It's a medium volatility, downtrend, and momentum is neutral. So for your teammate's question, if his backtest worked in 3 years and failed in 2, check which years were wins compared to the table above. If wins equals 2017, 20, and 21, strategy needs an uptrend regime. We're currently in a downtrend. Don't run it if it needs that uptrend. If the wins equal low vol years like 23, 24, strategy needs a calm market. We're currently 96% vol equals borderline. If losses equals 2018, 2022, strategy fails in downtrends. Currently in a downtrend, don't run it. So you'll have to answer these questions with your data and your backtest. And that's the beautiful thing about this is we all have different ideas. We all have different backtests. We all have different strategies. We're currently in a downtrend regime. If your teammate strategy failed in 2018, 2022, heavy downtrend years, tell them wait until we flip back to an uptrend. So my question here is 81%. What is that? Because I don't think Ethereum is down 81%. But I see up in 2025, it says negative 46% and 81% downtrend. Can you explain those? Just, I'm kind of confused. Kind of confused, dude. Kind of confused about your difference there. So I tried on localhost and the same thing. It just opens up the new page and it's the same. Okay, let's see what she said. So 81% in time in downtrend. Got it. So the time we've been in the downtrend is 81% of the time for this year. And that is our current regime. Based off of those simple regime tests, are they perfect? I don't know. But can I give you the code? That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead and show you all the code so you can have it, screenshot it, whatever. If you're in Quant Elite, then it's going to be in the GitHub as well. But let's see if we can put this in a better place. So Hyperliquid, extended, bots. I think backtest would be more appropriate. Let's move this to the backtest folder. Oh, I love doing that. All right, let's show you all the code, bro. I love doing things like that. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll through the code so you can see it. You can see that we're doing a detect volatility regime. So detect the volatility regime. We're seeing if it's a low vol, medium vol, or high vol. And then we're detecting the trend regime here. We're using ADX. Remember, we're using 2 different ADXs, the 14 and the 25. Trend look back 50. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and look at the momentum regime here. So detect momentum regime using autocorrelation. High autocorrelation equals momentum / trending. Low correlation means mean reverting. Beautiful, 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 dude. I can't believe how fast we can do this. Analyze regime by year. Analyze regime statistics by year. You can see here all the code. And then here's the main function. And you're going to need some data. I just use Coinbase. If you're in the bootcamp, you already have the data file. It's right here. It's in the data section. Where is it? Gosh, there's a lot of fire up in here. A lot of fire. Coinbase data right there. Boom. You got all the data. Add it to pandas here. Parse timestamp. Calculate returns. Detect the regimes. Analyze by year. That's important so we can understand. Because remember, the main question was, should I run this? Well, is the regime the same as the time it was working in your backtest? If yes, okay, tiny size. Make sure it still works because remember, past is not indicative of the future entirely. Find best performing years here. Look at the pattern recognition here. And that's all the code. So you got everything that I can give you. Much love to you. I feel like this is a bit of a cheat code when it comes to regime detection. If you need me to hold your hand through the process of automating your trading, I could do that in my short, concise 15-day boot camp. And I teach you absolutely everything. There is a link for that, but no worries. If not, I will be in there with the gang, stepping on the gas, chasing Jim Simons. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.